Alright guys, welcome back, and welcome to the ArmA 3 beta. I have made a new range showcasing all of the new beta content and all of the content in ArmA 3 in general. I have every vehicle that has a weapon on it on the range. I have every weapon in the beta on the range. It's roughly the same as my last range map, but it's got all the new beta stuff in it. And it's got a little bit of enhancements, being more vehicles and, of course, all of the aircraft. The aircraft took up most of the pistol range, but don't worry, I've still got a couple of lanes. So, that's the new range. Let's get down to checking out all the new stuff. So we're going to look at all of the new weapons, at least one variant of each one of them. We've got the F2000, which is the MK20. We've got the Titan launcher. We're only going to look at the compact AT launcher. We've got the KRISS, which is actually known as the Vermin. We've got the Scorpion EVO 9mm, which is actually named properly. And lastly, we've got the Zafir LMG. And I don't know what real LMG this is supposed to simulate, so I have no idea what it's supposed to be called. And that's actually not lastly. Lastly, we've got the new quote-unquote ACP pistol, which looks an awful lot like a 1911 with the hammer forward, but it's a 9mm with a 16-round mag. So, without further ado, let's shoot these suckers. And of course, one of the biggest new features that everyone wanted is the 3D scopes. Now they sort of drift in the middle of your screen. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but it's really easy to adjust to. And we're using the FN2000, and the first thing I noticed, other than, shoot straight, is the rounds actually eject out of the front properly, which is really cool. Alright, let's move right on to the next weapon. Now this thing is really cool. The Titan is wire guided, and it's got 2 levels of zoom, and it's got thermal vision. So I've got 2 rounds. Let's blow 2 things up. There we go, we'll take this guy out. Outstanding. And let's do a second round up into that target way back there. Now, you see how it sways pretty badly. So what I've been doing when testing it is I'll launch it and I'll wait till it's about halfway there and then I'll hold my breath. So let's see if that works. We get it? I can't imagine those parts flying around are from the tree. Oh yeah, we got it. So, the new Titan launcher, this is the compact version. Now, the compact version only shoots AT, and the full-size version only shoots AA. So keep that in mind. And let's move along. We're actually going to save the 2 new submachine guns for the pistol range. And we will move to the LMG. And once again, we get to check out the new 3D scopes. Now, for some reason, the LMG starts on single fire instead of automatic fire. I don't know, maybe that'll be changed. It seemed like it had less recoil when I was shooting it a minute ago. And one of the cool, or interesting, maybe not cool, but interesting things about this is it's got a canted grip on the front. And I've never seen that before on any weapon. That's kind of cool. And actually, I just noticed that it looks like you can switch it from left to right if it were switchable. So this thing is pretty cool, but let's move to the pistol range and check out the new SMGs. Alright, the first SMG we're going to look at is the Scorpion EVO 9mm. This is probably my favorite new weapon just because of the way it looks. I think it's really badass. And I want one in real life. But it shoots well. One thing that's kind of odd is that on single fire, it has a decent amount of recoil. But if I put it on automatic, it has no recoil, which is kind of strange. The other thing is, for some reason, both of the SMGs, the KRISS and the Scorpion, shoot high. You can see up in the top right that it's zeroed on 300 meters, and I cannot adjust that. So they both shoot kind of high at close ranges. Like if I aim for the head up here, see how it hit the wall above his head? I don't know. And last, we'll take a look at the KRISS. Or the Vermin, as it likes to be called. Same sound effect, and it seems like it has the same recoil, and it also has the same issue that it shoots high. So we'll aim at the head down here, and you see it hit the wall above his head as well. And also, when I go into automatic, it has no recoil. Or at least very little recoil. Kind of strange, but we can deal with it. And one last interesting thing that we're going to take a look at before we move to the vehicles is there's a new feature in that if you are running forward, and you see how I'm running forward with weapon down instead of moving at tactical pace with my weapon up. So tactical pace, weapon up, I can shoot. Now, when running forward, if you put your trigger down, it'll bring your weapon up momentarily, and then it'll put your weapon back down, which is a really cool new feature. So now, if you're running or sprinting across an area, and all of a sudden you need to shoot right now, you don't have to fluster and go, oh god, which key is my key to stop running and go back into tactical pace. So, to demonstrate again, running forward, we'll sprint forward, and you raise your weapon, even if it's in the lowered phase. And this works for your pistol as well. So, running forward with pistol down, and then you go right back to running with the pistol down. Alright, so now let's move on to the new APCs, and we will test fire their weapons. Then we'll check out the Comanche, and I'm actually not going to get in the SDVs over there. That's something you guys can experience for yourself. Now what is this thing called? The Marshal has a 40mm cannon with 60 rounds of HE, 40 rounds of AP, and then 2,000 rounds of LMG. So let's check out the HE cannon. Oh, nailed it. And AP now. And the LMG. Now we will move on to the... I don't even know what this thing is called. Let's get in it and find out. MRAPs. Now this one has the standard 40mm grenade launcher that it's the GMG from the Ifrit and the Hunter and the MRAPs. So you'll recognize it. Let's move the zeroing up. There we go. There we go. And it also has a 50 cal. And that was penetrating through those walls. And now, the last thing we're going to check out, let's turn these, well actually it doesn't matter. The last thing we're going to check out is the Comanche. Now this is actually my first time flying the Comanche, so hopefully I do not crash this into the ground. Alright. This thing is supposed to be able to fly sideways. Whew, Jesus. Alright, is it cannon? Nope, I've got control over all my weapons. AA short range, so we've got anti-air, Gatling cannon 20mm, dagger, and that's about it. So let's spin around and move back onto the range and see if we can lock onto and take out some of those targets with the dagger. I think the dagger's direct fire, though. I'm not going to be able to lock on without a co-pilot. Oh my. That was close. Oh man, that is certainly entertaining. Alright, let's keep flying around until we get one of those vehicles down, and we'll do another strafing run. And then we'll conclude the demo. I did get him. And let's do a rocket run on the front of that whole compound to end it up, finish it off. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. This mission is going to be available in the video description. It is single player or 4-player co-op. And as usual, thanks for watching, and welcome to ArmA 3 Beta. So I've got 2 rounds. Let's blow 2 things up. There we go, we'll take this guy out. Apparently no, we won't. Where did that rocket go? Okay. Fix that issue, which is E is cyclic forward no matter what. I can't believe that's not fixed, and I'm not putting this in videos. I don't know why I'm still talking.